a little devastating to watch. It felt like someone lost a little bit of heart. But
one second.
you should really think about giving a piece of that heart back to that person.
Nerd doesn't need my heart. Nerd took me, second game, looked me in the face at your scrubs. I was like, nah, Nerd, you're too young. You can't talk to me that way, not yet.
If any of you know Nerd, he's a man of his own words. He doesn't let anyone speak on his behalf.
Snoo! Snoo's in the chat, but he said he's a jerk and he didn't make his Twitch name Snoo.
Right, so he's what is
fisticuffs
from far away that looked like floaty coo or something like that. That's just like much more feminine and unmic-like for sure. If you see Snoo at any point, you'll probably see a bicep or two, and they might be bigger than your head, depending on the type of person you are. If you're an infant, you're out of the picture.
You're out of the picture.
You're not even.
Yeah.
Your full body.
It's like that comparison between the sun and like like the giant suns and the Earth.
Oh well, but there's like 1 million Earths or something like that.
Something ridiculous.
Bit of a digression. Oh, this is Chestnut. Chestnut, they've teamed
roasting
before.
on an open fire.
Their team name is interesting because it's like an actual word that like does exist.
Yeah.
But just not spelled in the way you would think it is.
Not even close.
Hey, anyway,
floaty coo.
What we won't see as much on this stage is the sun or the moon. So these based on this matchup, like. Oh man, I remember this matchup. It's so slow.
You haven't missed out on anything. It's still abysmally awful to commentate because it's just it's like so much back and forth. At some points it's just like, oh, Peach is looking pretty good in favor here. Oh no, Samus has got some missile setup going. Oh no, Peach has got a turnip. It's a Stitch.
It's sort of like how the tide comes in and out throughout the day.
Ooh, that was fast.
It takes almost a full sunset and sunrise for the tides to really decide where they want to be.
Yeah.
Peach is the sun and Samus is the moon. They're just slowly pulling each other with their very, very low gravities.
They're just slowly making it. Wow, he's living. Oh my god. This stock is never going to go away.
So what chess needs to do is do that. And therefore we have an even stock game, but that is extremely devastating. Nice read on the float.
We managed to? No, I don't think we did. I don't know if we managed to hold on to that beam sword. Yeah, we did. We held on to the beam sword the whole time.
So as you know, Peach can pull things out of the ground. That's what like farmers do to get crops so they can survive. Oh my goodness.
And he shot the missile and hit the sword out of the air.
Chess is not going to survive the winter. Shoutouts to it being December.
And being 60 degrees.
Yeah, it's pretty nice out. Not gonna lie, it's really conducive to outside activities.
It really, it's kind of nice. And then we sit inside playing video games all day.
Right, but there's a small following of Smashers that take breaks. They go for a walk down the park, so to speak.
I've never met these Smashers before. Especially if they're melee players, I don't know if they exist.
Yeah, you're right. Like, go to any national and you'll see. It's glued to the screen. At Tipped Off 11, there was a vending machine room in the hotel we were at, and there was a setup going with 4 people. Sometimes there were 5 people all staring at this TV, waiting for their turn in rotation. Now that is dedication. Like that is like the day before the tournament. These kids, they probably didn't have it set up. Like, okay, I'm actually not talking about the match because it's like
the match is pretty self-explanatory. I don't really know what to add to it. Like, maybe we can give them matchup details and maybe things like that. I can't really say what to do or what they should be doing or can be doing differently. Like that's about it. Like can't really say, like it is what it is. You're watching it.
Right. This is the face value that we're seeing what you're seeing at the end of the day. But the tough thing is that the people sitting down and playing this matchup, they're in another world.
They're in another world, dude.
Well, okay, yeah. I guess one is on like the moon, and right?
Yeah.
They have their own gravities. Such is life. But they would definitely know better than we do.
Oh yeah, of course.
Let's say we think that Samus needs to, let's say we say Samus needs to use forward tilt in this matchup. What if Knut went up to us after the match and said, Brian, that's like
the worst thing you can tell someone.
no. That's like how you play Samus. That has nothing to do with Peach.
Oh yeah.
And then that would just be a whole nother conversation we're having. And believe you me, I have not had that conversation. How do I play Samus? I have not gone up to anyone and asked, how do I play Samus? You don't do that. You don't do that unless you play Samus.
Yeah. You're not learning anything unless you need to.
And even if you do learn how to play Samus, there's people like Knut that have taken the character so far.
Even if you don't learn how to play Samus, who's to say that you know the Samus Peach matchup?
That's actually very true. Matchups with like low tier, like unexplored characters, like those matchups they're especially like cool to see done. And this is a tight battle. Chess still has momentum. Not got his grapple back, so he has more recovery options.
Can he do it with the Super Saiyan percent? No.
So we are seeing turnips flying.
We're seeing a comeback here.
So some flows.
On this last stop. Chess Money putting in a lot of work here.
I think this TV is rigged. This is a setup that's. I'm gonna John for my boy Knut here.
That was a 5.5.
I'm just gonna make up some Johns for him.
That was a 5.5 minute game. That's a John and a half for you.
Well,
on Fountain of Dreams.
Well, that's actually impressive.
What, the time?
That the game ended before like the 8-minute mark.
Well, it's Fountain of Dreams. It's not a very large stage.
That's true.
That's like saying, man, I can't believe they finished their Yoshi's games, their game on Yoshi's Story in 6 minutes. That was fast.
You know what? That's true, because I started off that game saying, these guys are not going to hit each other off the top, and like the sides of Fountain are extremely small, and the stage is extremely small. So what you say is like, oh, we're going to have some YCZ Samus technology come out today, brought to you by Knut from Long Island. If you don't know Knut, this is a Samus that is like pretty fast on the ground.
If you don't know Knut, you don't know nothing.
If you don't know Knut, you're not watching this stream. So shout outs to everyone watching this stream. I saw Snoo. We saw Fitz. That was a DBZ moment.
I don't know who this Snoo guy is, but I know who Floaty Coo is.
Oh, Floaty Coo.
Floaty Coo. Wow, why are we still living?
So this is we'll call this matchup Floaty Coo. Coo as in COUP, like the small groups of people.
A coup d'etat.
The coup d'etat. Well, the Stitch Face is the coup d'etat.
That is indeed true.
In this matchup.
That's gonna change. Wow! That was
absolutely just
that last minute shield that came up.
Deleted that stock. So Chess Money going in.
You know what got deleted? Knut's shield got deleted by that single Stitch. Because he only got the light shield out?
And he was light shielding.
Yeah, and it hit his light shield and practically destroyed it.
But, you know what? It's nice that he still had it, because, I guess it's not nice either way, because he died, so that sucks. Alright, so Chess Money doing some unorthodox gameplay decisions, such as SDing.
Alright, good there.
Yeah, this is interesting. I'm, kind of...
I wish I would have dropped that turn up right before he bared on his shield, so that he left himself open for
those
the
mix-ups are so interesting. As Peach, being able to drop your turnip it's huge.
You can drop a Stitch Face inside someone's shield that will bounce in their shield and break it.
What?
Yeah.
Like it will just bounce and bounce and bounce.
Well, it'll bounce and bounce, and then you're pretty much dead.
I see. Because you're guaranteed to get hit by it at some point.
I mean, what's gonna happen? Wow. This is barely. That was tense. That was an intense moment.
This matchup.
It was very slow, but it was very intense.
That is the epitome of this matchup. You think you got him, and then in reality, you really don't. They're just like back in neutral, you know. even if they're at 143. You forward tilt them up.
Like I wish my character could take a hit at 143%. Like he took a missile at 120% and didn't die.
Any kind of nick on like a like these are floaty characters, but like even Marth, who is not as floaty, but kind of very light, you know, he will get annihilated by like anything.
Yeah, these characters are both super floaty, but they're also stupid amounts of heavy. I don't know how. Samus makes sense. She's got a full Various suit on, but like Peach, I don't know what makes Peach so heavy. Maybe Toads are super dense, and that Toad she keeps in like some place to pull out that she uses for the counter she has.
Oh, dude, Toad is definitely weighing her down.
It's gotta be the Toad, right?
That's not right. That's collusion, dude. Unless you're the Ices, then that's just whack, and you should. Shoutouts to Dizkid Boogie, who said that Ices lose to like Mewtwo. Are you kidding me, guys? Are you kidding me, Smash community? Which one of you? All of you in the Jesse Hurts. Shoutouts to Jesse. Shoutouts to Ices, but like, come on, guys. Ices don't lose to Mewtwo. Mewtwo loses to Mewtwo. Mewtwo sucks, guys. What are you talking about? And yes, that 0 to death. It was basically a 0 to death in a like.
In a different matchup, it would have been a 0 to death.
And you know that Knut is able to 0 to death fast fallers like no tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
He's the one to do it.
I have trouble watching this matchup. I just cringe a lot. I'm like, that's a death.
It kind of feels like for that game, Battlefield was like the ocean, and Samus was like a shark. I think towards the end of that game, it grew up from a little baby scallop. Just like
we were a different form
metamorphosized
of creature. Okay.
Into a shark.
So a small scallop. Scallops. Just scallops are shells essentially. They're just two shells put together.
Right. But then we emerge into
and then we opened up and apparently we're a shark now.
And then
we're gonna shark them on FD.
To death. You 0 to death them, and you are the shark. You are Mewtwo King on FD. You post YouTube videos of I came all the way to get here just to get grabbed, and then you get 12,000 views in like 2 years. Shoutouts to me joining the community like 2 years after that was posted or whatever. Anyway, shoutouts to Melee doing streams. Shoutouts to Crossfire. Shoutouts to Melee still like actually existing. Shoutouts to people playing like either of these two characters, which you know Armada does it, but like come on, who's really doing it like Armada? It's kind of hard. Peach is not a simple one.
No,
neither is Samus.
I think the thing that Armada did best with Peach was abuse her long hit stun times really well. Things like down tilt. People really didn't use down tilt that much with Peach, but he was just like, I'll down tilt you in neutral, and then you're stuck there in hit stun forever from that move. That's just a free follow for Peach, even though she's slow.
Honestly, it's a lot of the times when I see it, every time he down tilted, Armada down tilted, I was very confused. You know, I didn't understand why, and so like I would rewind it and like watch, and then I'd go like further and further back and like try to figure out what happened, but I have no clue what Armada is thinking. He is on another level, dude, and this stage is not working out for chess either.
It's pretty rough. I can see where this could be a good pick for you, but. Considering I think Samus has a better ground game, a better ground movement game, rather.
Yes.
Her movement specifically is better on the ground than Peach's.
But she likes platforms.
She does. But I feel like I just feel like without platforms, Peach is just so much slower in some of her approaches. She can do some tricky stuff. Maybe it's because I play Carlos. Carlos plays an aggressive Peach. But that's just how I've always viewed it.
So you're saying that like Peach is slower with platforms, kind of thing?
No, she's faster with platforms.
I saw Chess using like sort of zoning with his shield. He would, it's shield dropping, right? Shield dropping. Minty does this, and so does Chess. When you shield as Peach on a platform, it's kind of dumb because like if you don't space it like pretty well, especially if you're a low tier, she can do do something as simple as drop shield, you know, drop shield down smash, because she has so much time. If you really mess up, her down smash covers entire platforms. You know, it's that big. Her move is that big. Like, few characters have stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's a multi-hit move too. It can't get much better.
And it does like on the high end, max damage like 70-something%. All right, well, good set from the boys. It looked very grindy.